Hi, I'm Mercedes Roses.
And I'm Jay Roses.
And we found Manny. I received a letter at home, and I opened up the mail, and it was a letter about going to a seminar. And it so happened to be in the area and the location that my daughter was going to go take her SAT class that day. And I felt, well, I had time to kill, so I was going to go to this seminar. But the seminar actually changed the whole experience for us in a really good way. This daunting experience of looking for a college and having to make it work out. So, we're here today and we're still working with Manny, and it's been such an amazing experience for us from day one.
So I echo everything she said. We have two kids that Manny's helping us through school. First one is transition from a JC to a UC, and so the process was painless. It was actually a wonderful process. Not only did he sort of help us maneuver through all these obstacles, but also helped us explain the whole financial part of it, right? Which for me was important. I mean, it's something that every parent of kids going to school have to look through. So that was great. I mean, highly enlightening. Some of the things that he exposed us to helped us through that process. Our second child now is going to a private school.
St. Francis High School.
From St. Francis High School. Now she's going to St. Ed's in Austin. I didn't know what to expect going to this private school, and of course I was a little bit I was nervous, frightened about having to pay private school education, but Manny helped us feel at ease. I mean, said that we've got, believe it or not, a lot of these private universities offer a ton of aid, and actually and at times becomes actually less expensive going to a private school than it does public school. So lo and behold, it did. So what's great is we're now arguably paying less at a private school than we are going to a local UC. So he was able to help us sort of get some of that aid, the financial aid. Obviously working through the program, Sophia did very, very well, and now she was able to get some additional merit aid, and we're sort of enjoying the rewards of her success. So
she starts college in August, so that's about a month and a half from now, and we're really excited for her. What I have to add too is the fact that they have the college boot camps, which I love, and so they took the stress out of the writing of the essays and things like that, because she came in and she worked with her counselor on that here, Sujan, and it was great. And she edited it, worked with Sophia, and worked alongside with her to turn those in and feel confident about what she turned in as her essays. Yeah. So everything all together, the whole package really works. And it's, Manny has become a friend and not just somebody to work with as a counselor. And we're going to be referring him to other people.
I do want to say one last thing. I think, it's a lot of times it's always about the kids, right? It's never about the parents. So, I mean, I think with the kids, high school is hard enough. And having to deal with college and the applications and, all that whole process, I think what's been great is, it kept our kids on task. I mean, I think without it, we would have been, pushing them and stress. And I think for me, it just took out the stress. And so
we were able to enjoy our child.
We were able to enjoy the child. Child was able to deal with things, and we basically had professionals that were pushing them and nudging them and helping them way through. So it was great.
Thank you, Manny. Thank you, College Planning ABC.
One last question for you. So, what do you think? You guys are at a private high school.
Yes.
Do they handle, what would you say to other parents at private high schools that they think, well, we're at a private high school, I think the counselor is going to help us with this whole process. So, what are your thoughts on that? What would you say to other private school parents that are maybe thinking about the same thing? Do you think you got enough support? What was this helpful? What are maybe some of the differences that you thought that College Planning ABC did, and what your high school provided you guys?
I never even met my daughter's college counselor at school. There isn't really much interaction that goes on between the parents and the college counselor. We don't even know what they were talking about in their sessions, because we're communicative with our daughter. We get what was recommended, but there isn't any support there, and I think there are only just a handful of times that they met. So coming to college planning ABC meant for us to have that interaction and be part of the process with her, and her decision making, because we're all a part of it. We're a team, and we're obviously paying for her college, so we knew we had to be a part of this process too. So
yeah, I think for me, I think they're dealing with so many kids, and I think they're trying to, they just look, it's sort of skin deep in a way. I don't think they're peeling everything back the way you and your team did. Really understanding her likes, what she wants to do. I think with the school, yeah, they do their job, and they do a decent enough job. But I never met Mercedes said I never met the counselors. I don't necessarily think they look hard enough into what they really want to do. And I think there's what's deeper too is they don't, they may guide them into the schools that they should be looking at, but what they don't do is take it to the next level, which is, okay, now what is it going to take to get to those schools, right? Both educationally, financially, et cetera, et cetera. So
yeah.
Good. So would you recommend other folks to come and see Manny at his seminars and so forth?
Without a doubt, definitely.
I think we've already recommended a few, right?
Yeah,
so,
we have recommended a handful of people already, and we just, even to people internationally, we've mentioned Manny's name too. So definitely, I just think that it's just so important to have that backup. Even if you do have a good counselor at school, it's still important to have that backup, even for the financial piece or whatever piece that's missing. Don't hesitate to call Manny.
Yeah.